is how to prune a rose bush. When you're pruning a rose bush, you want to get a lot of this dead crap that's in the middle out. The other thing you want to do is basically make it look like an ice cream cone. The less twigs and pieces that are crossing paths with each other, the better, because you'll be able to get leaves on all those different individual branches and stuff. So what I'm going to do is drop this thing down about a foot, kind of suck it in, get all the different wild hairs that are sticking off to the side, pull the stuff on the outside. Derek, as you need to, feel free to walk around me and show it. But this one's kind of a wild hair there. That piece is dead. These guys are dead, everything. So I'm just going to pull those out. Then I'm just going to kind of trim these guys down. That way the plant's not getting too big, because roses can be pretty gangly and just kind of long and nasty looking. But a nice pruned, clean, short rose bush will have a lot of flowers and look really, really sharp. You don't have to take much off, just enough to kind of clean up the edges and stuff. Like I said, I'm basically just taking them around the edge just to kind of reduce the overall size of the plant, and then anything that looks like it's dead, I'm also pulling out. So like this branch in here is dead. And then Derek, let me borrow the phone from you for a second. You can really see this is what a rose bush looks like after years of not pruning. There's all this dead junk in here, that all these branches that are just kind of intermixed with each other. And this leaf that's clear on the inside here is not getting any light, which means it's not really going to produce much for roses, and it's not going to do very healthy. So the less of this you have here, where it doesn't look like a crowded forest, the better the rose bush will be and the better flowers you'll get. You want to keep holding that, Derek? Get a few more trimmed out here. Again, just kind of getting the wild ones that are growing clear off on the edge, that are probably getting in the way of other plants anyways. Getting down in here, getting the dead stuff out. Definitely make sure you wear a good set of gloves for this, so you're not getting stabbed by it and everything. So over here, you get like some of these that are just hanging clear off to the side, just because they look messy, they don't look well kept. There's more. This one's kind of hanging off, so I'm going to take that one out. Now, this is better for a size. See how just smaller and cleaner it looks than this one off to the side here? That's a lot more gangly. Derek, if you show them this one, it's got all these pieces kind of hanging out and stuff. So once you got it down to a good size, like I said, we'll just kind of keep taking off some of the wild hairs, the stuff that's just really hanging off the side, just looking all sorts of gangly. And a lot of the dead branches. And when you're looking at this, you really want it to be airy. You don't want it to be crowded and look like there's just a whole bunch of stuff in there. So notice all this stuff I'm taking out right now is just all old dead stuff from years ago. Derek, maybe if you want to swing over to this side, I can get a view of what a lot of this dead shrubbery looks like. So again, all this is just dead junk that's not letting as much light as we'd like to get into the inside of this plant. Again, dead junk. Definitely wear a thick set of gloves for this. So now, Derek, if you take a video and look down, right down there, see how much more light is getting into the rose bush now? There's all this light that's getting down onto the inside of it. So the plant's going to do much better. Like I said, we're going to get this guy out because it's just, all that is just keeping light from getting down into the good parts of the plant and keeping good flowers from coming up. And just making it look more congested than it needs to be and stuff. And like I said, I would suggest doing it once, just kind of reining in the plant like I did to start off with, and then going to kind of thinning out the middle. Once you've done that, I would take another look around the edges and just kind of see how it looks from there, because sometimes you'll take all that stuff out of the middle and it'll kind of look off balance or a little bit too much. Like through here, there's kind of a lot going on with the plant right there. I'm gonna just knock that branch off. Here, there's kind of a lot happening with these. I don't want to take the whole thing out because this thing will start to look pretty barren in a hurry. But you can maybe take a couple of these out and just kind of thin it out a little bit. So I'm actually just gonna prune just that one there. Again, just brings a little bit more light into it and everything. So probably leave it looking like that. So it looks good. But now if you look at it, like all the dead stuff's out. It's a little bit more brought in together. It looks thin and airy and light. Give it a couple days to a week or so. Leaves will follow in here. The water's gonna take the same amount of plants and nutrients, but now it's gonna have so many less branches that are doing so much better. They'll be able to have more rose bush, more rose flowers, and thicken up the plant so it'll be an overall healthier plant.